So it's a couple of days before I can actually work on the head gasket. I've got some help coming, specifically to help me lift up the head because that's going to be heavy. In preparation for that, I've actually been spraying some of these bolts, especially the ones on the coolant line and the ones for the intake and exhaust manifolds. I've been spraying those bolts so that hopefully they come off. So these bolts right here are on the exhaust manifold, and I don't know how much of that you can tell, but there's a lot of rust there. So I've just been coming out every day this week and giving those bolts a good soak so that hopefully they come off. Because basically, if these exhaust and intake bolts don't come off, I can't replace the head gasket. Here is the carburetor, and I have to remove this. This is the throttle. Yes. This is the throttle linkage. It's just a small bolt right back here, and I have to remove that. I have to remove the choke cable, which is up here. Of course, I have to disconnect this pipe that goes to the air filter. That's no big deal. I have to remove this fuel line right here, and I have to remove this one right here. And I think, oh, I might have to remove that line down there. And so I have to remove those lines, and then I have to remove those two bolts, these three bolts, it looks like, right here, here, and here. And then there's three on the other side, and then there's two right there. So those I have to remove, and I might have to remove those three bolts down here. I might have to remove these three bolts down here to actually remove this piece. I might be able to get away with just moving this whole piece once I detach it from the head, move it back a little bit, because the exhaust is loosely mounted to the body. It's mounted so that it can move, and so I might be able to just pull it back out of the way. So then once that's off, there are 6 bolts holding that coolant thing onto the head. Well, there are supposed to be 6 bolts. One of them is actually missing, so that makes it easier. So that's 5 bolts that I have to remove over there. I'll also have to remove the temperature sending unit, or at least disconnect it there. Then I can remove the valve cover with these 2 nuts right here and right down there. And once I remove that valve cover, I will have to remove the rocker arms and those head bolts, and also these head bolts right here. So then once all the head bolts are removed, oh, I'm also forgetting the side cover. So in my head gasket prep video, if you saw that, you heard me talk about this side cover. You heard me talk about this. So there's the spark plugs. I will have to remove these plug wires. At least remove them from the spark plugs. Now, you heard me talk about in the head gasket prep video about this side cover. Well, here are the bolts for the side cover. And basically what I was wondering is if I can get the side cover off without taking the distributor out. And so it looks like there's one bolt that's going to be a pain to get to behind here. Looks like if I get this bolt first, take that one out, I can actually move this pipe, and that should make this bolt easier to get to. And then of course that bolt will be easy to get to, that bolt will be easy to get to, and there should be one more down here that might be difficult to get to. Let's see if I can feel it. Oh no, that should be easy to get to with a socket. So my arm is on another bolt right now. My fingers are touching another bolt, and that bolt has to come off. You can see where my arm goes down. Now it feels like it should be easy to get to if I have a ratchet with an extension. So it looks like there's no bolts behind the distributor, so it looks like the distributor can stay on, which is a very good thing because that means I don't have to worry about any issues with the timing or anything. The distributor stays on, plug wires come out. I have to make sure to label those plug wires so I know where they go. And then the bolts here for the coolant thing. So there's two here, and then there is one back here. There should be two, but there's only one in there, so